Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's pop-up by the Tech Services Committee. I have with me today Kristen Blumberg and Pat Joyce, and I am Heather from Ringwood. We are going to talk about importing records from Baker Taylor today. If you have any questions along the way, I know a lot of you might not have cameras or audio, so we have the chat. I have my chat open. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in there. All right, so at this point, hopefully you can see on your screens Baker and Taylor. Pat, can you see that on your? Okay.
Yes, I can.
All right, excellent. All right, so when you purchase books from Baker and Taylor, you need to upload the MARC records into workflows. So you need to go to Baker and Taylor and log in as with your account and find the carts. Go to manage carts and it'll open up and show you all the carts that you have either to be ordered or that have been ordered. I am going to use this dummy cart for today's example. So I usually open the cart and check it over, make sure everything looks okay. I also look at the total titles and the total quantity. In our case, they usually match, but you may have an instance where you buy a couple of copies of one title. So you just want to make sure that all that's correct before you do anything. To download the records that we need in workflows, you'll go to this drop down that says select action. And you need to find download export cart. When you click on that, it will give you this little pop-up. You want to make sure that it says MARC download, add on order holdings, and that this box is not checked. And then click download. Then choose action you're going to save. I happen to be working in Microsoft Edge. If you're working in Chrome, it may look a little different to you. But what I end up doing is I can see here that it has downloaded to my downloads. I will open up my File Explorer and take a look under downloads and see that the file is here. I rename it so that I can identify it later easily. And I'm going to rename it the same as what I will name the file in workflows. The good convention for that is the first 4 letters of your library name. In this case, I'm just going to use a generic LIBR, but for Ringwood, I would use RING. The next 2 letters are for the vendor, Baker and Taylor, BT. If you are working with Midwest, you could put MW. The next 4 digits are going to be representing the date, month, and day. So we have June 6th. And the next 2 letters can be your initials. In my case, Heather Caldwell. In some instances, and I'll show you later, you can use a designation for the type of books that happen to be in that cart. At Ringwood, I'm the only one who does this, so the initials don't really matter. All right, so I've renamed my file. And let's see. And I need to go over to workflows to upload the file. Okay. So you open workflows as tech services, the tech services account, and find the tab that says utility. And you're going to do a MARC import for the MARC files. All right, you'll get this screen. You'll see that it has the wizard startup at the top, catalog format MARC, authority format topical. Say OK. And this is where you're going to look for the file that you just created. So under source, I'm going to click this little diamond, and this is going to open up my file explorer. And I'm going to look for that file that I just downloaded, which is actually under, where did I put it? Downloads. And then up here, you've got the tools to reorganize this. I like to use the details and then go by date modified, and I can easily find the most recent file, which is the one that we just renamed. Click on that and say, okay, and you can see that it's here. Now in the destination, I use the same exact naming convention. So I just highlight and copy that and place it in there. Okay, let me say import. Are there more files to upload? I'm going to say no. And you can see that this message pops up, this notepad. I like to just verify across the top that 3 MARC records have indeed been imported. So then I close that. I can also verify my work by going to the tab called Bib Files to Load. Click on that, and I can see that the file that I just named is here. And then we just wait for the rest to be done. All right. So I'm going to close that. I'm also going to show you how to do multiple files at once. So let's close that and go to MARC import again. Say okay. This time I'm going to look for some other files that I have previously saved under documents. So this is entirely up to you where you keep them. You just have to remember where you've stored your files. All right, so I've got this file, LIBR-BT, Baker and Taylor 0606 AF for adult fiction. That's how we designate them because our carts are by genre, or not genre, but fiction, nonfiction, so forth. Click OK. I do the same thing here. I'm going to type it in this time, LIBR, Baker and Taylor 0606. And I'm just going to leave it like that because it will be different than the other one that has my initials. Import. Are there more files to upload? This time I'm going to say yes. And I go back to that little diamond and I look for the other file. So I'm going to import my nonfiction now and say okay. Click import at the bottom again. Are there more files to upload? Now I'll say no. And again, I get this pop-up and I can see 40 MARC records across the top. That is indeed the 2 files I looked beforehand. If I did the math, it adds up to 40 records. So I close that and I cancel that. Or I can actually go to my bib files to load and verify that that's there. So I have these 2 ready to go. Suppose I made a mistake and I don't want those to upload. I can highlight them and remove them. Are you sure? Yes. And then I won't get any mistakes in the system. So pretty simple. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at this Cliff PO here.
Mhm.
Is that, so this list and workflows, is that for all the libraries?
Yes. So
Okay,
this,
I wasn't sure.
so the question is, we're looking at the file list that's up right now under the bib files to load. It's CLIF, so that's Clifton. Yes, you'll see all of the library files that are here waiting to upload. So be sure you don't remove anybody else's file. Any other questions? Anyone have any differences in how they do it that you'd like to talk about? Anything about the conventions, the naming conventions, anything like that? All right. That was a short and sweet one.
Yeah, I see nothing in the chat, so. I guess you guys are good, huh?
All right. All right, well, that will be on the PPRC for future reference. You know, if you end up with new employees who need to know how to do this, that's a good reference. And if you want to come back at 2 o'clock, it'll be just as short.
All right, any questions, they can always email us.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tech Services Committee is willing to answer any questions anytime. All right, well, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, take care.
Thanks everyone for coming on, appreciate it.